Hey friends, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a what sold on Poshmark video. So definitely a little bit of a change of pace. If you've been following me for the month of December, I've been doing a lot of thrift with me style videos. So if you're new here, welcome. My name's Jenna and I'm a full-time reseller. I sell on the Poshmark app, primarily thrifted clothing, which is what I've been bringing you along to find lately. I also sell some newer wholesale items, but I love sharing my journey on this channel. And like I mentioned, we've been thrifting a lot, and I thought it would be good to show you the other end of the spectrum, what is actually selling for me right now, how much items are selling for, etc. Just giving you a little bit of an insight into my sales. And if I sound a little bit different, it's because I am getting over the worst cold. I thought I was having one, or I got one at the beginning of Thriftmas. Turns out it waited till the day after Christmas. I've basically been sitting on the couch the last 4 days, so I haven't been thrifting. I've been sharing my Poshmark closet. I have not been listing, so these are the results of, you know, what I had listed previously, and also just sharing my closet, not listing daily the past few days. And another thing I want to mention before I get into my sales is that I don't share cost of goods on my channel. It's just a personal business decision that I've made, and there's a few reasons behind it. One of them being that I don't want to like dissuade you from purchasing something when you're out there sourcing to sell yourself, just because our prices are different. I know prices all over the country are different at thrift stores. Some people price by category, brand, etc., and it's just different everywhere. So just because I'm paying XYZ amount doesn't mean you're gonna be paying XYZ amount at your store. I think what can be more helpful is the information that I'm sharing, which is how much items are actually selling for, what kind of items are selling, and then you can just make the best decision for yourself if it's worth it to you to invest that money based on how much your store is charging. I just don't currently see like the benefit of sharing how much I'm paying. I think the other information can be more helpful. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys, but I'm gonna go ahead and get started with my sales. And I'm gonna do this weekend sales. I don't remember if I mentioned that, but I'm gonna go through this past weekend sales, Saturday and Sunday. And I'm gonna start off with Saturday. Now, I also have already shipped these items out. I pre-bagged my inventory, so I'm just gonna put a picture next to me on the screen of the item as well as the tag so you can get an idea of the items. Now, the first item that sold was an Anthropologie top, and this was a little embroidered top. I got this in the beginning of Thriftmas, and I had it listed at $25. It sold full price for $25. Someone bought this. It just took a couple weeks, and Anthropologie can definitely be hit or miss. I liked this top because it was embroidered, and it just had a little bit extra going on. I do think the prices are lower than they used to be, so I think $25 was like a reasonable price to have this listed, and the buyer thought so as well because they did buy it full price. Okay, the next item that I sold was actually a bundle sale, and this was 6 items to one buyer, and it was a mix of some boutique or wholesale items I have as well as some thrifted inventory. So I sold 1 kimono, 2 graphic tees, 2 belts, and a hat. So the items that were thrifted were the 2 belts actually, and I talk about belts all the time. I absolutely love selling belts. They're just really unique. You can get them for usually a pretty good deal, and I think they're harder to find in retail stores, and they're really expensive, so people seek them out on resale platforms such as Poshmark. So those 6 items, I do typically offer a bundle discount of 2 or more items for 10% off. This person made me an offer on the bundle that was, I think, around 30% off of my total price of the bundle, and I countered back and gave her a little more of a deal. Since she was buying 6 items, I gave her 20% off the bundle versus 10%, so that came out to $150 for those 6 items, and I'm really happy. All those items sold fairly quickly. One of the kimonos I've had for quite a while, actually for like a year, but I've restocked it a couple times, so that's kind of the nice thing with wholesale, is you can restock items if they do really well for you. But I like selling these unique one-off items like belts and such. Okay, the next item is another item from one of my Thriftmas hauls, and it is a brand I don't always pick up, and it's by Soft Surroundings, and it's a kimono, and this was just a really gorgeous, unique piece. It was wool. It was almost like a kimono jacket with a ton of embroidery and detailing, so I knew when I saw it that was a special piece. So even though I don't always pick up the brand, I picked this up based on style. And I did price this at $65, and someone did buy this full price, so this was a full price sale. Again, I think those more unique items, you can typically get a higher price for those, as well as you have a better chance, I think, of getting a full price sale, just because it's something that might be a little bit harder to find. Someone sees it and there might not be any others listed. I don't think there were any other listed either in this size or even at all. There might have been one other one listed, but it wasn't the same size. So if they see it and it's the only one available, they want to make sure they get it. They might buy it full price. So it sold for $65 in just about a week or so. Okay, the next sale is a boutique item. It's a pair of shoes. I kind of tested out doing shoes wholesale. I don't love it. I probably am not going to order any more shoes, so I'm kind of moving the ones that I have. And typically with boutique or wholesale items, I do price firm. However, I am trying to move some of that inventory now that it's the end of the year, if it's things that I've had for a little while. So these shoes I had listed at $42, and someone offered me $35, and I went ahead and accepted that. So I sold those for $35, and then the next sale is actually another pair of boutique or wholesale shoes, and these are some snakeskin mules. I really like these a lot. I think they're super cute, and these I had listed at $49, I believe. I had sent out offers to likers on Thursday, so a couple days before this, and someone saw the offer I sent out, which was, I believe, $44. I had sent off like a $5 off offer, and they countered back with $40. And I went ahead and accepted the $40 offer or counter offer on these shoes. Okay, the next sale on Saturday is a graphic tee, and this one is an Aerosmith tee. I love picking up my band tees, my graphic tees. You can tell I'm wearing this really cool Rolling Stones one. So I grabbed this Aerosmith tee from the thrift store. It did have some wash wear, a little bit of fading, so I had priced this one lower than I typically price my tees. I had this one listed at $18. Someone offered me $13, and I went ahead and accepted it just because it wasn't in like the best condition. If I had this priced higher, or if it was in better condition, I probably would have countered them. But someone showed interest in it, and I just thought, let me go ahead and move this tee, so I accepted that offer. Okay, the next sale is a handbag, and I had never heard of this brand before, but I could tell when I picked it up, it just felt like really good quality. It was leather, it was a unique style. So the brand is called Latico. I picked this up during Thriftmas, so I've only had it a couple weeks, and there weren't a lot of comps or information on this brand. I couldn't find out a lot about it, but like I said, it felt like it was really good quality. So I had priced this bag at $45. It was just a small leather crossbody, and someone offered me $35. I kind of thought about countering, but then I was like, you know what, I'll be happy with $35 with what I paid and my margins in my mind. I was like, I'll just take the $35. So I took that and had that sale, which I'm happy with. Okay, the next sale on Saturday was a pair of denim, a pair of jeans, which I've been having trouble selling denim lately. I've mentioned this in Thrift With Me videos, that I haven't been picking them up as frequently as I used to. However, I did sell a pair of jeans, and these I've actually had for probably a year. I actually got a large amount of a Goldie jeans last year at a warehouse sale. I got them new with tags. I probably bought, I think, 20 to 25 pairs. I can't remember exactly. And I sold a bunch in the beginning, and I still have some pairs kind of lingering, and I'm not in a hurry to sell them because yeah, they're just easy. Like, they're just sitting in my inventory, and you know, every once in a while a pair sells, and it's kind of nice because I've made my money back on them and then some, so everything now with those is kind of like a bonus. But I had this pair listed at $109, again, new with tags. These retail for like $200 plus, and someone offered me $80. I went ahead and accepted the $80 offer. I haven't gotten a lot of action on these lately just because, again, denim isn't selling as well for me, and while I'm not in a huge hurry to sell them, I still think like a $20 off offer is pretty good, so those sold for $80. I still really like that brand. If I see those like in the thrift, I usually do pick them up, but I don't see them frequently, a Goldie. And the final item that I sold on Saturday was a boutique bag, and it is a leather weekender duffel bag. I absolutely love this bag. I found this company the last time I went to market, and I got some really amazing, unique pieces. They're handmade in India. They're hand-loomed saddle blankets mixed with leather, and just really beautiful and great quality. And they are on the more expensive side as far as what I pay for them for wholesale, so they are listed on the more expensive side to sell. So this sold for full price of $199. My price is firm on these just because, again, I do invest quite a bit in them, and I do need to order more because now I'm out of the duffels, and I've sold quite a few of the bags that I have by them as well. But yeah, that was a great full price sale. I'm really happy with it, and I am gonna reorder more of those. I just think the really unique bags and things that you don't see everywhere are something that I want to focus on in the boutique side of my closet. Because I think there can be a lot of competition with boutique clothing items and things like that on Poshmark, but I haven't seen a lot of really unique accessories, so that's something I'm definitely looking forward to in 2020. And then on to Sunday sales. The first item that I sold was a Spiritual Gangster hoodie. I got this in the very beginning of Thriftmas, and it was just a zip-up hoodie jacket. I love Spiritual Gangster. This brand does really well, gets a lot of attention. When I got this home from the store, I realized it had a little bit more wear than I thought it did. It just had a little bit of cracking on some of the graphics, nothing major, but I priced it lower because of that. So I priced it at $30, and it got some attention, but I did get an offer on Sunday of $20, and I went ahead and accepted it versus countering it and potentially losing that sale just because it did have a little bit of wear, nothing major. But yeah, $20 for a Spiritual Gangster jacket, which typically I think would go for more and better condition. And then the next item, I loved this item, Grandma Hanger. My grandma up in New York actually sourced this for me. I think in her last box that she sent me. It's been a little while because she was visiting her sister for the holidays, but she sent me this in the last box, and it was a crocheted Free People maxi skirt, really unique. I had never seen anything like this, and when I looked it up, there weren't a lot listed. It was an older style, but it was like one of those just really well-made classic pieces. So I didn't have a lot to go off of as far as pricing, so I kind of just used my best judgment of what I thought would be fair, and I did price this at $85 because it was really unique, and there weren't anything else listed like it, and also it was great condition and quality. So $85. I had sent out offers to likers, like I mentioned, on Thursday, and I had sent out a $75 offer on it, and no one accepted it. And then someone came back on Sunday and sent me an offer for $65, and I went ahead and took that. I thought that was fair. $20 off my asking price, but again, I had kind of priced higher just because I didn't have anything to compare it to, and it sold in probably like 2 months, I think it's been, that I've listed that. So very happy with that sale. Thank you, Grandma, for finding that really cool piece. And then the next sale was another Free People item. I found this one at Goodwill, and it is a really cool like Free People tunic top. It was, again, crochet. It had a lot of embroidery. This one did have cold shoulder, which I typically don't pick up cold shoulder styles anymore. I just think they're kind of on the way out. But just because this piece like screamed Free People and like boho, that I don't know, I picked it up because of that reason. So I had this listed at $50. The comps were all over the place. Some had sold really low, some had sold high, and there weren't any listed in the size that I had, so I priced it at $50. And someone had offered, I think they started at $32, and I countered $45. I was kind of thinking $45 for this piece, and they kept coming up, and I met them at $40. I thought that was reasonable, so we met in the middle at $40, and that piece sold. Okay, the next item was a full price sale, and it was a t-shirt. It was a vintage t-shirt. This one was really cool. It was from the 90s, like it was signed by the artist, 1993, and it was from Alaska, and it just had a really cool print to it, a little bit of glitter, and yeah, that one sold full price. Someone came in and just bought it. I had it listed at $28 because it was just a unique tee. It did have a couple little spots, or else I might have listed it for a little bit more, honestly, but there were a couple small spots on it, but I didn't think it really made a big difference, and obviously the buyer didn't mind it as well. So yeah, just a really good, solid t-shirt sale. I love my t-shirts. Okay, next up is another pair of jeans, which is funny because I was just saying how jeans haven't been selling, but this was a pair of Levi's, which I do notice Levi's sell really well. Sometimes I think the Levi's sell even better than the more higher end designers, just because Levi's are so prevalent right now and trendy among like that younger or millennial crowd even, and they sell them at Urban Outfitters and a ton of different stores. So this was a pair of brand new with tags, Levi's jeans. They're called the rib cage, which means they are like super high rise and raw edge hem, so they had a lot of trend kind of style going on for them, and I found these at a retail store, so they were retail arbitrage. I got a really good deal on them, and I had them listed for $60, and I've had them listed for probably about 2 months now. Someone offered me $45. I went ahead and accepted the $45 offer. I thought that was fair and still great margins for me, so Levi's selling for $45. I definitely say keep an eye out for like current Levi's styles when you're out there sourcing, even the vintage Levi's, anything high-waisted, definitely pick those up. Okay, the next item is a pair of shoes, and I did find quite a few shoes during Thriftmas, which I don't typically find, and this pair I did find them, and they are a pair of Born booties. They're like a really nice blue leather bootie, and Born has actually been selling pretty well for me. I know they're kind of almost a comfort brand, but they do make some trendier styles, and this was one of those styles, and these were pretty much brand new. They look like they had never been worn. Amazing condition, really unique color. There weren't hardly anything like that listed. I don't think there were any in that color listed, if I remember correctly. So I had listed these at $75. They had retailed, I think, for like around $128, and they were practically new. And I was getting a lot of interest in them, and I had gotten some lower offers, and I was thinking I wanted to sell them around $65. But this person offered me, I think originally they offered $50, and I had countered with my 65, and you know, they declined, and they came back a couple days later and offered 57, and I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna sell them for 57. I'll move them. They sold in a couple weeks, and I still think that's a great margin for me. So yeah, sold for 57. Definitely keep an eye out for cute Born styles. And then the next item is a graphic band tee. I found this on the last day of Thriftmas, I want to say, yeah, on Christmas Eve at Salvation Army, and it was a Lucky Brand Rolling Stones graphic tee, and I listed it at $25. It was in really good condition. Someone had offered me 17, I believe, and I countered back 22 because it was pretty new listed. I had only had it listed for a few days, and they countered back at 20, and I went ahead and accepted 20, so that sold in a few days for $20, and I'm happy with that. And then the final item I sold, this is funny, it's actually the t-shirt that I'm wearing. This is an item from my Poshmark boutique, and it's just a Rolling Stones, obviously graphic with a leopard tongue, and this one sold full price for $35. I am price firm on a lot of my t-shirts in my Poshmark closet because, again, wholesale can be more expensive to invest in, so I think, I don't know, it's just important to keep in mind pricing with that, so you're not losing money, you're still able to make money. And this has been a really popular style for me. I'm almost sold out of it, and I'm probably not going to restock it, so I am just going to go through the rest of what I have left. So that was the final sale that I had, so let's go through the stats. The total for my Saturday and Sunday sales gross was $952, and that is the total amount. I had 17 sales, and if you take out the Poshmark fee of 20%, that comes out to $761.60 in net earnings. Now, obviously, like I talked about before, I don't go through my cost of goods, so that has to come out of, you know, the $761. But overall, a solid weekend. And I only had, I think I only had one bundle this weekend, which is on the lower side for me, but I'm happy with any sale. So 952, 17 sales, which comes out to a $56 average sale price, which is on the higher end for me. I did have some bigger sales as far as like boutique items and denim, and that one bigger bundle, so that probably increased it a little bit. But I'm really happy with that. Like I said, a solid sales weekend. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Let me know down in the comment section below if you like seeing what sold videos, if these are helpful for you. I have done them in the past, and I can kind of bring them back more frequently. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on that. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Hit the subscribe button because I am going to be having lots of new videos weekly. I don't have a set schedule yet, but I'm aiming to do 3 to 5 new videos a week. So hit the subscribe button and the little bell notification so you can be notified whenever I have a new video up. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.